I wanted to look at other brigades to see what else we might be able to do with them. Because we don't have any other promotables, really. Here we go. Bonham. Colonel Millage Bonham. I think we could probably promote him to Brigadier General. He's got 2 stars now. Yeah, okay. So, this is interesting. I think I'll talk for a second about this real quick. Battle experienced. That means that he is at, I think what I'm seeing right here is like he's at the appropriate level of experience to command the amount of troops that he's got, essentially. So if we promoted him to 1 star and gave him now an inexperienced rating, he's seen some combat, still too inexperienced in his current. Hey, another super chat with $5. Welcome, welcome. Wilson Raiders jumps in with cigar fund money. Sir, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Bushrod. Let's not forget about Bushrod. Right. Where is Bushrod? There he is. All right, these boys. Colonel Bushrod. All right, so he is inexperienced as a colonel right now. But I'm sorry, his boys did so damn good in that last battle. He's a brigadier general whether he likes it or not. This was another one. I wanted to go. I was watching back on one of my own streams. I'll admit it. Okay, I'll admit it. By the way, I want to bring the music volume down a good bit here. I don't want to keep it too high, but there we go. So we'll continue from there. That was something I wanted to make sure that I got done. So Bushrod gets promotion. Smith here, he has somehow... Okay, it didn't actually happen. Blanchard, he is now famous following the Battle of Cumberland River, where his division was pretty well, like, comatose, I would say. He's now somehow famous. I guess he stole the glory from that battlefield. Go back and watch the stream. That was the Border States battle stream, I'm pretty sure. And you'll see what I'm talking about. And I remember that after that battle, they said that Smith was disgraced, but that didn't end up being the case, and so I wanted to just double, triple check on that for sure. Yeah, right. Okay. I'd say these boys deserve some time off, right? Okay, we're going to try to remember that. I think that's a good idea. Oh, by the way, I mean, I think that allows me to kind of jump right to that topic. Let's bring the music up just a tad, just a tid. There we go. I think that's perfect. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. The replenish unit button. I love how much information this gives you. So if we do this, he'll be gone for like a month. Where are they? Alabama. All right. So if you are close to Alabama, which we are, okay, and we have a railroad and a good supply network, we should have no trouble fairly quickly replenishing this unit to, as it says here, full strength at over 2,800 men, close to 3,000, right? So I would say we do that. We'll use up more mixed muskets that way. And I think we do this. I really do. From Bragg's division, because Bragg's division is super small. So the other thing that you can do, these guys from Florida, they would take much longer to replenish. 2,199. So, and they would use up all 1,200 of the men who are available. I'd say we furlough Bonham. Let's bring Brown's brigade over to Bragg from Zollicoffer. Zollicoffer's got himself Garnett and Johnson to work with, and I think that's probably good enough for now. Pillow's army is close to 20,000, and I've got to tell you, for 1861 in the West, that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad at all. I don't see that we... Okay, Buckner Sr.'s brigade is pretty low out of Tennessee. We could furlough them. I just don't think I'm ready to do it yet with more than really one brigade. We stripped quite a bit of strength from the Army here already. We are waiting for some reinforcement. What did I see? Brown's brigade. See, they're pretty strong. Ruggles, see, Buckner Sr. I tell you what, Buckner Sr., though, he's so weak right now. And we could do it. He's got mixed muskets. We can refill those. Colonel Buckner's brigade, we're going to furlough them. Okay, Pillow is going to be down quite a few troops, as a matter of fact. He's going to be down to 17,800 men as he continues his march north right here. All right, so we are overnight. I allow myself to pause during overnight times. All right. Oh, that was the other thing, too, yeah. Is, I think, who is it, Bushrod? The Texas Brigade. I went with that. I just went ahead and went with it. I think the delay between me, the chat, and you guys, we got to figure out some way to work with that, right? You guys don't see what I'm saying right now until a couple minutes after I've said it, and then I don't see what you're saying in response to what I say right now 2 minutes later until another couple minutes later. So going through each army to come up, I think, with some community feedback-based names for the brigades, it's something I still want to kind of work through and try to figure out how to structure, because I think that could be a whole lot of fun for sure. Let's just say maybe like we're taking a look at it right here, and then maybe we'll circle back around. You guys just shout some names of brigades that you think work well. We've done the Texas Brigade. If you can think of another one that's funnier or better, then I'll go with it. I don't want to do anything that's like too silly, though. Like, I am trying to create a little bit of immersion here, guys. So, you know, work with me. Work with me a little bit there. Work with me a little bit there. So, I'd say Anderson could also be furloughed, but we're not going to do it. We're just going to add Brown's brigade and just strengthen Bragg's division of the Army like that. All right, next, I need to go to the Army of Virginia and kind of look at the same thing. And I was also considering a major reorganization into something other than a massive single force comprised of 7 or 8 divisions, right? I think I might rather, although it could be problematic at the end of the day, create kind of quasi-corps where you just make sure that Beauregard, a major general, now that I just promoted him because he deserves it, is in command over a brigadier who, see, by the way, let's look at his, so yeah, now he is legendary. Beauregard will be the top commander as long as he's a major general, wherever he goes and, you know, wherever he is on the battlefield. So what we could do is create a couple of kind of de facto corps with a couple of our other brigadier or major generals of lesser fame and have them near Beauregard's stack and have kind of 2 little like ready-made corps that are actually armies, so to speak, in game, that are available to us to come in to map supply points when we get into battles. I've never tried that before. I think I might like to try it in this campaign playthrough to see how it works for us. And we may go with that. Excuse me. So there was another... We needed to look at maybe guys to furlough from here. I don't think so. I just don't think there's anybody. Koch's Brigade. We could furlough them. Oh, furlough them to Maryland? Low state support? No. These boys are, they're stuck. They got good experience, though. All right, Archer. So I was going to say that I could furlough units that are in Virginia, that are from Virginia, because that's where we are. They can just go out into the state and replenish. Mm. Lee's Brigade, Reynolds Brigade. I would say, as long as I was also looking at maybe doing a North Carolina Brigade or a Georgia Brigade or two and furloughing them. See, this is one way to use troops and get new ones, right? Okay, Trapier. Let's go ahead. He's had some combat experience. Oh, I know which one it was under Magruder. It was Early's Brigade. They go back to Kentucky. Well, can't do that. Damn. So, Koch's Brigade, can't. Where is our Virginia guys? We've got a lot of North Carolinians so far. Interesting. We don't have that many Virginia troops right here. We will. A lot of North Carolina and South Carolina troops. And some Nicaraguans, remember? Yep. Hampton. Oh, this was in Hampton's Legion. We're gonna do this with them. Oh, shoot. South Carolina doesn't have many troops left. Dang it. So they'll be replenished by the supply depot nearby. DHL from North Carolina, we could send them back. I think North Carolina's got plenty of troops right now. Still? Not really. Although that is doable, though. Let's go. DHL is furloughed, okay? So the next thing was this idea about creating independent commands, and I would do it under Ewell and Magruder. All right? So let's take Ewell here. Bushrods, bushwhackers. All right, we'll go back to the Army of Tennessee. Bushrods, bushwhackers. Let's go. Let's go do that. All right, Johnson. Bushrods, bushrods, bushwhackers. Bingo. Oh, and by the way, there's a chance as we get going tonight that I might be interrupted. My dog has been real sick. Hazel, that little pup you guys saw in the last stream, she ate something, and I might have to jump up and deal with that. If so, I have something ready in the background to go ahead and throw up for you if we get there. Thank you for that. Bushrods, bushwhackers. We'll follow their story as the war continues, of course. Okay, back to the Army of Virginia. So, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to wait for all these troops to get in before I do it. I'm cautious. I'm always cautious. Okay, let's go back to my list so I can just kind of get back on track here. I think the other thing to talk about was we will let some time go by as we discuss this part. That is kind of, again, what is it that we want to do in Virginia? We're going to retake Winchester first. Do we go after these iron mines, or do we maybe pull back to Stanton again and just have kind of a mobile defense ready to go? I think that's the question. I think we're going to sit here, we're going to entrench, and we're going to train for as long as we can get away with it. The reason I'm furloughing really is because these two armies are going to be stuck where they are. I think maybe for the rest of the summer campaign season anyway. I could see one massive Union push in fall before we get to the wintertime. I could see that. Bingo! Gifted membership. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Wilson. Appreciate you helping out. Helping a brother out. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We got more folks becoming those men who earn and then come here and pay for the pleasure. Thank you too, boys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Much respect to you. Thank you. Army of Tennessee is going to push north. We're going to drive these guys out. Let's go. All right, once we get over to the next nighttime turn, we're going to address reinforcing armies. So here's the other topic that we want to get into right here off the rip, is what to do out here in the West, right? We could go straight for Louisville. We could do a combined operation with this cavalry that kind of raids out. Well, we won't raid. We'll just chill. But moves out toward Lexington. As a matter of fact, I think I've just sold myself on this idea. We will stay in defensive. We will not do anything except scout. And Robertson's cavalry is going to advance on at least this side of the river right here. And off we go. Very good. Okay, another thing was this out here. Oh, fantastic. All right, now we're going to take Sibley's Indian Cav, right? And we're going to run down here to Jeff City. Oh, shoot, I feel like I shouldn't do that. It's risky, but I'm going to do it. I want to go get these farms right here if I can. They're in the yellow now, so let's go. Boom, 2 times. And force the march, go, go, go. This is who I'm a little worried about. The Department of the West it looked like they were headed up to attack here, but you can see they're moving back this way, it looks like, maybe trying to attack me here. Interesting. Ooh, it'd be good to get this cavalry around the flank, go around, take out this depot right here, and then run south from there, raid. And I think they might have a depot somewhere down here too. We'll see. Shoot, missed the pause night. Okay, so let's get to the important stuff here, okay? We need to reinforce, and I am going to focus heavily on reinforcing here out east. This is going to be the most important theater for us, for sure, just like it was in history. We've got to look real hard at the fact that the Union manpower advantage is just going to be there, and it's going to be heavy, and it's going to be soon. I believe in the fall, they'll have a big, fat, honking army that's going to move south into Virginia before too much longer because they've gotten through Militia Act 3, right? So we're going to need to add more troops to this army here. And I think we'll just basically increase the size of the divisions that we've already got. Let's have, first of all, let's attach cavalry. Let's start doing this. Let's attach cavalry to the army headquarters. If we can. We'll have to kind of do it like this. And then let's bring Hampton's brigade into Ewell's division. Grayshot's brigade in with Magruder. And then we'll have D.H. Hill, who's on furlough, jump into Whiting's division. All right, and then we're going to do a little switcheroo to try to get the artillery on the bottom of the orders of battle here, but this will be perhaps a little tricky to do. Yeah, because if you got these massive stacks of guys, I would say we go boom, boom, boom. Here we go. We got to take our time on this, guys. We got to be careful. Got to be careful. Right there. And then we'll do this one here and then here. And this all looks almost good. Boom. We'll have 3 brigades, 4 brigades. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to add a 4th brigade for Frost. And it's going to be coming out of Georgia. Okay, it'll be a 1,500-man brigade. Kind of small brigade. Boom. Let's do troops that look like this. We're going to have, I think we have to do mixed muskets. We have no other choice. Oh, we can do Springfield muskets. Okay. Let's do it. We have cranked out a few Springfield muskets. I think actually we captured a bunch of those is what that is. All right, so that's going to be Pike. No way, Albert Pike. He can't be in the East. No. No, okay. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. He's got to be out in the far west. Evander Law, a Greenhorn lieutenant, gets a brigade command now. And then we got to do this. Boop, 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 and boop. Let's add a 4th brigade for Walton. Let's bring it out of Louisiana. And we're going to spend a little time on this. We're doing a pretty heavy reinforcement of our Eastern Army here. Let's see what everybody's talking about in the chat real quick. The South will rise again. Louisiana has 3,900 men available. Again, a 1,500-man brigade is what we'll go with. And we'll make them Zouaves. Why not? They are from Louisiana after all. Boom. And they'll have blue stripes. All right. Let's do that. Okay, they're going to give that one to Pike, and we don't want to do that. Okay. Let's give this to Polk. Leonidas. Oh, wait. Whoa. No. Yeah. Let's go with political. Richard Taylor. Fine. I like it. Richard Taylor. I think he ended up being pretty good in history, yeah? I didn't know he was political. That will be Walton's division reinforced a bit more right there. Let's get our artillery stacked right. Got the order of battle looking right. Right. Let's combine these two under Wickham. Okay, we'll just have these detachments of cavalry for the time being. Not very large. Massive infantry army. Okay, now that was the other thing. I think we should actually recruit more cavalry. Let's bring them from... Oh, this is the other thing. Let's get out of neutral states and enemy states. Own states is all we want, right? Let's bring more cavalry up from Florida. And we'll make it a 500-man unit. Like this. Like this. Yes, sir. Bingo. Claiborne will not be a cavalry commander, by God. Okay, these can be low-ranking guys for the most part. Lloyd Tillman deserves another command. We replaced him inadvertently just a second ago, of course. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's... I gotta send... I know. Pike has got to be sent. We got to reinforce one of our armies out west and put Pike in it, I think, is the deal with that right there. For sure! Albert Pike, the CSA Indian lover. So Tillman is Here, we'll have a little over 40,000 men. Let's give... So I want one big brigade, or one big division, one big infantry division. Let's make it... McCulloch and Magruder's divisions are both 5 brigade divisions. How about that? All right. Virginia's got more troops to give, right? So we'll do another 1,500-man brigade. Boom, boom, and they'll have them look like that, and that's just good. That's just fine. And so that's McCulloch with a new brigade. We'll go ahead and we'll redo this to that so that he's got some artillery. Let's go ahead and give him another battery right there like that. All right, so now we'll have McCulloch with 5 brigades and close to 8,000 men. That's a healthy division right there. I like it. And we'll have a little over 42,000 troops in the main army now. They have close to 10 or 12,000 troops up in the Shenandoah Valley with Lee. Okay, let's add one more for Magruder, and that will be that, gentlemen. Infantry from Texas, and we'll make it a fairly bigger brigade. We'll go Butternuts and Gray from Texas. These boys just like that. Bam. Okay, and this will be who? Imboden. No, I think he was a cavalry guy, wasn't he? Oh no, an engineer. Okay, that'll be fine. No, he was a volunteer. Imboden, Colonel John Imboden. That works for me. But again, I'm afraid we have to do this. Boop. Boop. Okay. That brings us closer to over 44,000. Then we'll have close to 50,000 when we actually get the rest of those units that are furloughed back. However long that takes. Right now, we're at pretty good strength. I think we could take anything that comes our way. For now, we will continue with the Army of Virginia to just kind of entrench right here. Chillin', chillin', chillin'. Army of Shenandoah, we need to reinforce too. We need to give them more artillery. Artillery, huh? We have howitzers and Napoleons. Let's get Lee, let's say another battery from... Ooh, you hear the fireworks outside. He's up there near West Virginia, so let's get a battery from there. 56 quality, that's not great, but hey, we'll deal. We'll live with it. Right there, like that. Boom. 6-pounders. Can we do anything with those? Oh, we got another 3 10-pound Parrott rifles. Holy smokes. We're going to want to give those to the main army. We have 3 12-pound Napoleons. Well, let's do 3 12-pound field guns. Let's do that. I like that. I like that just fine. Ooh, don't mind the fireworks in the background, gentlemen. Don't mind the fireworks in the background, gentlemen. McRae, is he an artillery commander? He is a volunteer. Let's go Captain Dandridge McRae, and we'll deal with that. Like, we'll allow some of our volunteers in, right? That works for me. So that makes me want to jump back over to the Army of Virginia, right? And so let's add a reserve battery, and let's make it from also West Virginia. Let's make them decent. 96 from Virginia, right? Okay, so let's make it a big one. This looks good right there. They'll look a little more official. Let's upgrade to 12-pound Napoleons. Oh, we can't because the battery's too big. Damn. Okay, fine. We'll do 24-pound howitzers. We'll do another one from Virginia. Same outfit. And these will... Shoot. Okay, that's fine. We didn't change it, so let's make those 24-pound howitzers. Okay, we'll do one more. This time we'll get this right. From Virginia, artillery with 60. So let's make sure we do... I think that middle one is the right one. Let's have that. That's good. Boom. And then these will be parrots. No! They'll be 24-pounders. So our reserve artillery is going to be chock full of 24-pounders. We don't want Kershaw to be here. Captain Joseph Kershaw. Oh, my gosh. I guess we can keep it. Bate, a political. Robertson, a volunteer. Jerome Robertson, Bate, and Kershaw. Kershaw is an artillery commander. Just throws me. I'm going to replace that with an actual professional artillery commander right here. Let's do it. Pelham. Absolutely. I like that. We've got a lot of volunteer artillery and volunteer and political artillery commanders. I will say that are kind of coming on stream here, but we'll let that be. We're going to be up to nearly 80 guns in the Army. That's a good amount for what we're doing. We've increased spending good bit there. Let's look one more time at kind of what we've got here. All right, so we still have like 40,000 men. So we could bring in even more. It's just the thing that makes me nervous is the spending, is our credit rating. So from Mississippi, we could bring in a big brigade. I'll tell you what, we'll wait to take troops in from Kentucky out west when we, go into Kentucky. I think we'll bring in some from Alabama. So, Army of Virginia gets another reserve brigade, let's say, from Alabama of 1,500 men. Excuse me, I'm going to start burping a whole bunch here. Some clean-looking gentlemen with crappy muskets. Okay, Polk. Colonel Leonidas Polk will join in the east. By God. Next, I think would be one more infantry brigade. I think we'll bless the Army of the Northwest with another infantry brigade, a small one, and a little bit of artillery. We'll say these guys come up from, okay, the artillery will be from West Virginia. Holy moly, I felt that one in my nuts. Shooting off some massive fireworks out there. Yeesh! All right, we'll do that. These will be 6-pounders. That's fine. All right, we'll do a little cavalry is what we'll do, okay? We'll add a little cavalry. And they'll come over from Tennessee. We'll make it a 500-man unit. Okay. Just like that. Under Kershaw. We can't do that. Kershaw's a cavalry commander. Doesn't suit me either, god dang it. James Deering? We don't need artillery commanders, guys. Okay. I like this guy's hat. Horace Randall. Because of his hat. And also he's pretty good. Randall's cavalry. Very good. All right, so Porterfield, I think, will have a proper army here with some cannon and infantry and cavalry. I'm for that. I think we're just going to have to leave him with that, though. Next was keeping an eye right here, gentlemen. Okay, we need to talk about Kentucky for real. We need to talk about going for Louisville or just making a fuss going for Fort Watkins, retaking it, recovering for a bit, and then going for Louisville. And retaking Fort Watkins, I believe, is going to be important for us if we hope. Here, let's go raid. And then let's march to the state line. Go. And let's get in contact with them. And I mean, I assume anyway, since we routed them in the last battle up here, that they're gonna run off. But I would like to turn around and come and get Fort Watkins. Let's jump into the army again here. Let's give Zollicoffer back a brigade, and let's bring it up from Tennessee. Okay. We'll make it 2,200 men. I like the way this looks right there, like that. Boom. And Clayburn, let's do it. Clayburn in the west, abso-freaking-lutely, man. Abso-freaking-lutely. I like it. I like it a lot. Come on. I want you to go there. You won't do it, though. I want you to go there. I want you to go there. Okay, nobody's going to do it. Let's bring Hardee over. Oh, shoot. Oh, I see. Idiot. Okay, Hardee goes in there. Got it. So we got one more brigade with the army. He's up to 22,000 men. Then the next thing I was going to do was reinforce. I always go upside down. Ooh, woo. Ooh, woo. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, what is this? Ooh, the Army of the West. 2,900 men, 5 guns. Way up there in Iowa. All right, then. And we're going to continue moving here. It was to get Albert Pike in, right? So let's open up this panel. Let's add another cavalry unit from the New Mexico territory. No, the Indian Territory. This is the other thing. I would love it, you guys. I would freaking love it so much. If we're able to, again, kind of limit spending to a reasonable degree and get these armies reinforced, and I'm just raiding like crazy out here, and I've got northern Missouri, and I'm getting into Illinois, and we're just raiding. I would love that, man. Let me tell you. So cavalry from the Indian Territory. Yeah. All right, little cavalry right here. 500 men. Recruit them. Nah. I want Pike. Where is he? Okay. All right. Did he get assigned somewhere? Oh, maybe he's a political? I don't know. Gosh dang it. Where did he go? Did he get assigned out east? Somehow? Somehow, some way? Okay, yeah. There we go. There we go. We got that. Since we're in the orange, we can't raid or anything, so that's how that cookie crumbles. All right, once we're there, I think we're going to come around. We're going to double back. Oh, I see. We can't even get into Kentucky right now because we're orange. Got it. On the mission to find Pike, did we get him in this army? No. Did we get him in this army? Pike. Polk. Hill, permanent van, Walker, Smith, Albert Pike. So maybe maybe our only choice is to have Pike out here in the east or something, which is weird. Huh. Now I wonder. This would be a game test a little bit. All right, we've got Winchester back. I wonder if we just sit here and build entrenchments with, like I'm talking about, a reorganized army of like 3 armies. If our engineering points bonus would compound from entrenching with 3 different forces instead of just 1. I'm really interested to check on that. That's for sure. Trying to get to your guys' questions if I can. So, I think this is good for the Army of Virginia for now. When they bring back everybody, they're going to be in good shape, right? Yeah, close to 47,000 troops probably. Then we're going to have close to 10,000 up here. Ooh, Lee's got another perk. He's got pontoon train, flying column, and now embedded reporters. This would be an interesting one. Speed of fame development plus 25%. Level up by fighting battles. Okay. Oh, that would be interesting. Okay, here's a funny little role play. I think we'll do this. Robert E. Lee decides that in order to usurp P.G.T. Beauregard, because he privately believes that he's the better man, he is going to embed some newspaper reporters in his army. And when he fights battles, he's going to get famous quick. He's going to get famous quick. Was Pike in the 3rd Division? Okay. Pike was in the... There he is! Thank you. We replace him. Good call. Thank you. Who had that? All right. Jerry's move. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Not a member yet. Hey, members, get on Jerry, man. He's useful. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. What do we got? Uji, is that his brother? Wow. Edward Johnson was good. Dang. Lieutenant Colonel Edward Johnson, absolutely. Cool. We'll put him into the Eastern Army like he was, and then we'll get Albert Pike opened up and available to add himself over here. We want him from the Indian Territory, right? Now, why doesn't it show it for... That's weird. Indian Territory. 500 more under the command of Albert Pike. You better freaking believe, boys. Fantastic. Indian Territory is at 91% support right now, by the way. Fantastic. Anderson's entire army now numbers 3,500 or so. He'll get a new cavalry division right here. I think it's time to put some more troops over in there. We'll give Adams a couple of brigades under Steele and Davidson. And the raiding shall continue. Excellent. Okay, you see them pulling back here to their fort. So now, Army of Tennessee is going to stay on the move. Let's go. Let's stay after them. Oh, I know what they're doing. They're going to get down here. Okay, I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. This is actually perfect. Let's get all the way to... Let's get back to Nashville. Oh, shoot. Let's do this via railroad. No. Okay. Okay. Let's stop. Okay. Little order mix up right here. But what we're going to do is we're going to Nashville. Then we're going to go whoop. And if they try to take refuge over here. Ooh, they stopped. They're stopping. We're going to go to here now. We're not going to cross into Nashville just yet. We're going to go right here. Boom. We won't take the railroad. I don't want to... To me, it's a little ahistoric to have troops riding trains all over the damn place. I know that the AI does it all the time, so it's, it's fair game or whatever, but there you have it. Big storm moving over in the east. Got to keep an eye out for Navy. Do have a good spot here, I think, where we can talk a little bit more about what we can get to doing here. Oh, look at this. Going to be raiding all around here. This is fantastic. I will raid in Missouri, by God. I'd promised that I would be doing that. So I shall. And then the last, I think, reinforcement item here is to add another brigade to Benjamin McCulloch's army. Here's a guy. All right, here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Everybody, we're going to jump in right here. We're going to jump in right here. Chat. Chat, what do we say about replacing Benjamin McCulloch right now, okay? He lost, but successfully extricated the Army of Arkansas after the Battle of Warsaw, Missouri, a small action, relatively so, up in Missouri that we launched in a campaign that was a failure earlier in the war. I don't remember exactly when. I think it might have been as far back as May or June. And ever since then, he's been on the road south. He's managed to reorganize and refit the Army. Refit it. We might look at some weapons upgrades right here. But should Benjamin McCulloch get another chance to prove himself out here in the far west? That is the question. I'm going to let you consider that while I go ahead and add a brigade from Missouri to his army. Boom. We'll get back to what your guys' thoughts are on that in just a moment. Let's use these boys right here. Give them dark blue pants. That works for me. Okay, I'm sorry. Arc, bro. Arc, I got you. All right, rating. Minimum rating force needs to have 15 or 1,000 men in it. I've learned that. I'm pretty sure that's right. Minimum rating force. Okay, it does not matter if it has actual cavalry units in it or not. I don't believe, except if you have more cavalry units than less, the rating will be more effective, I think, depending also on perks. I don't know all of this. That's just what would make sense given my knowledge of the period. Here's the Battle of Warsaw site, by the way. And then the other thing is, as far as I can tell anyway, it appears here we're not doing any raiding at all. Let's move south a tad. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I thought you needed to be in at least the yellow to raid. And we've captured these farms now, so we're sending these supplies to the south once we rebuild it. Right, so we could capture some more supplies out here. That's the big upshot. Okay, that Missouri recruitment drive right there, and this army, before it gets going, we have to decide the issue of McCulloch, of course, letting you guys weigh in on that. But it kind of brings me to what I was going to be looking at next, which is a conversation about policy and the direction that we should go. And it has to do with a portion of the game that I haven't really ever talked about before. And that is what I would call, I try to simplify it like this. You really, in this game, and in real life too, I think you might say, because it's a good representative simulation of the conflict. In this game, you want to build your brigades, create your various units with volunteers, and then you want to replace losses with draftees if you're going to do replacing with anybody. You want to build units using your volunteers. You want to use draftees to do your replacements. So that leads me down the path that's a little bit different from what I'd kind of been planning on doing with our policy and our acts. I'd planned on finishing up Military 2 and then jumping straight into conscription. I don't believe that that would be a wise move. I think our quality of troops would be so much less than the Union that it could be a problem for us. Trying to create new brigades using draftees might end up being a detriment for us. And so I think my hands are tied. And now that the Union has gone to Militia Act 3, once this is done in half a month, we got to go for it now. We've got to be ready for when our Austrian rifles get here to try to rearm the troops. We got to try to reinforce. This is going to be wintertime guys. See this? Boom. Wintertime guys who are going to be added to our ranks. And then we're going to go for Conscription Act, is the way I want to go anyway. But there's another area to look at that could be more pressing. Of course, I'll let you guys weigh in on this as well. So the votes are in for McCulloch, by the way. We'll get to that in just a second. But here's the other part of this conversation, which is I am interested in maybe print notes number 2 or the Impressment Act. Let's read about this. Authorize the War Department to seize slaves and supplies from producers for the building of fortifications. While only surplus slaves and supplies are to be taken at fair prices, it will lower support for the government in the states. It also frees up manpower, increasing the number of available recruits, and makes the resupply of armies easier within the Confederacy. I think this is going to be invaluable for us to just go ahead and freaking do. Support for the war is sky high right now. Our national morale is sky high. We could get 10% more recruits. I'll take it. The cost of supplies, minus 20%. Holy moly. I will take that too. Believe you me. That is, I think, a real solid, should we do that before we do conscription? Should we do this before we do Militia Act 3? Probably not. But I'll let you guys talk a little bit more about that as well. McCulloch, I'm going to say we've had some votes to get rid of him, but I think we've had enough to keep him. It's about half and half, and that's enough, I think, to save his job. But so now, in the green, he is going to move, and he is going to retake Carrollton for the Confederacy. For starters, he's going to stay on defensive and scouting, but he is certainly going to be moving back into Missouri. Here's the Department of the West. And now here we are. Okay, you need the raiding target to be within your combat radius. I believe that's the way that works. And the more Confederate or the more cavalry you have, the better. Now you can see this unit's readiness is being affected by there being low food, but he is getting provisions in. He's getting provisions in from here and here. There's loyalist people who are sending supplies over through Jeff City and all that. So he is getting stuff in. It's just slowly. All right, now we're going to make this move. We're going to go take out this depot. Boom. Summer raiding. Summer raids make me feel fine. Blowing through the depots in Missouri. Okay. All right. Oh, shit. What? Okay. Here they come. They're going to use the railroad to try to come get us here. See if we can outrun them. Probably can't. Okay, when we run from this, which we will, yep, off we go. Okay, he's going to come back to here. Fine. I tell you what, if they wanted to chase me around all over Missouri with this 17,000 men, 14,000, wouldn't have any problem with that. And this is the time, too, I think, to mention, so they're going to have a manpower advantage, right? Ooh, what are these guys doing? They have moved over here. Are they going for the coast? I don't know. But so they get a manpower bump, right? Well, we drove their armies down into the red. And as they reinforce their armies and bring in brand new troops, the Army's overall readiness continues to go down, down, down. So as this time is going to be going by, yes, they will be spending time recovering and adding troops, but as they add new troops, each of these forces has readiness that will be going down, down, down. Now, the way the AI probably will beat that, and the way a player would, trying to exploit that whole thing, would be to create brand new forces that have low readiness that they have to wait to use later so that they can just recover with these two armies and have them in the yellow within the next month and a half or so. But, oh shit. Okay, the Department of Pennsylvania is coming. 17,000 men and 15 guns. Beauregard's going to have 28,000 men with 78 guns and has been sitting here for a while. They're going to try and knock me into the red, is what it looks like they're going to be doing right here. August 22nd, a little operation, maybe a little desperation from the Union. They're going to come fight us down near Fredericksburg once again, doing a lot of fighting down here, guys. All right. They get no reinforcements. I'm not exactly sure what it is that they're up to right here, other than just trying to make sure that we have to stay here. But if Robert Patterson wants to come at me with what I've got here right now, 44 guns and 28,000 men, outnumbered as he is, me on the defensive across a river as I am, I think we're going to go ahead and let that be. I think we're going to go ahead and let that be. I think I'm happy to do a thing like that. I'd say we're at every advantage right here. Beauregard's going to add to his legend, I do believe. I don't want to go in too overconfident, but we are, indeed, going to be playing this battle. Let's go, gentlemen. Let's go, gentlemen. Here we go. We're going to have a battle. I got to do a little refill. We got to do a little baño trip before we actually jump into this one. There we go. Now, gentlemen, let tomorrow be their Waterloo. That's what Beauregard's saying to the men before we jump into the fight. Good deal. Enemies near Fredericksburg. The Department of Pennsylvania comes back with 17,000 men. The morale is determined, but they are still green. Okay. All right. Now, yeah, you can see, interesting situation right here. All right, where are they coming from? Right here. All right, so they will possibly, if they can build a pontoon bridge right here, which I'm not sure they're able to do, but if they can, they'll be able to come right across here and here. And here and here. I just don't think that they've got the ability to build pontoon bridges. That's just it. I have 13 entrenchment points that I can use. Here's what I don't love, okay? So since I have low readiness before the battle, it means that my deployment zone isn't pushed as far out toward town and the river. Thereby meaning that I can't put entrenchments way out near the river where I would really like to. You can see here, Beauregard has decided to keep everything close to the vest out southwest of Fredericksburg. It makes sense given where we were on the campaign map, and that's fine. But I would say we're going to be fighting over probably these roads here. I mean, I'm in this one, I will tell you, I think I'm probably okay just camping. I don't love doing that, but in this instance, they can't really flank us. Pretty sure they, we put troops out here near Hazel Run, and we would be able to spot anything they're doing trying to flank this way. Yeah, so right, I agree. You guys are thinking just about along the lines I'm thinking right now, and that is just that, like, look, they were stupid enough to do this. If they think they can do this, come on, give it a try. And I think I'm just going to let them. I mean, so here's the other thing to know about the AI. Okay, the AI will 100% of the time use roads as its avenues of movement into the attack, and then it will deploy off of the roads when it gets close to the point of attack. So when the AI comes across the river, they will be using the roads. Okay, here, they'll probably come around here. Okay, this area could be a real active area. All right, this area could be a real active area, but I expect, as the AI does, they tend to literally just, here's what I think of. When I think of the way the AI oftentimes, when it's on the attack, and you're just going to camp by the objective, what it will do is it will just go and try to hit its head bonk, right on the objective. And as straight of a line as it could make, at least with a good bit of its force, it will just literally just bam, right into the objective. And so I expect that the AI will try to get across the river, say maybe up here, and just run straight through here and just come right at it, right there. That's what I expect, right? So we'll move forward with that understanding. We'll go forward with that understanding. And we're going to go ahead and get started with some breastworks. And this open area right here is going to be beautiful for artillery. Beautiful. So we'll do, let's see here. We could probably do, what do we want to do? Little breastworks, a little something. I could kind of follow the line of the deployment zone a little bit. Gifted membership. Who was that for? Patrick Flynn gets in. Welcome on in, Patrick. You are part of the club now, my friend. Congratulations. And thank you to Helica for continuing to contribute. We have such great members here. If they were going to flank in the battlefield, it would be, I think, out this way. So let's have our breastworks be kind of tight. We'll have them be here, like so. All right, and then we'll have some more. See, I would love to be able to follow the slope here, right? But no can do. So I would say we also put some here. Maybe get them just a little further. Boom. Can we get them all? Yes, and we have 2 to spare. Like that. And then also way out on the flank here. I would say we do something maybe a little bit like this. Right. No. Right here. No. Get this right. Say here to there. Shit. Okay. All right, those are going to be worthless. All right, so now let's start placing troops, right? You got to take into account who's got what weapons when you're placing troops, right? I think that's something that's little appreciated about the way things really went, too, by the way. I think Walton and Whiting automatically, as reduced strength divisions on their own are going to have to assume reserve positions. Beautiful grounds for a fight. Beautiful grounds. You got that right, Wilson. You know good ground when you see it. Yeah, this area right here, this is where artillery is going to be. If they push past my line, ooh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. I got it. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. I understand what to do now. There is very little doubt about what to do now. We got to check the weapons. All right, we have a division with, so Frost. Frost has done good for us in the past. Wickham, let's have him there for now. And let's get our cavalry set near here. All right, let's go artillery heavy in the center, which is like, it's like what I always do. Ewell's artillery, like so. Like that. 12-pound howitzer, 24-pound howitzers will come out, and they'll set up right out this way. And then hopefully that'll expand out properly. It might not, though. Let's face this way now. Okay, we'll have them there for starters. Okay, that's Magruder, not Ewell, sorry. Stephen D. Lee and his Springfield muskets are going to be at the edge of the woods here, and his skirmishers are going to be on the entrenchments. And since there is a slope here, so I'll tell you what, let's have them be there. Okay, Trapier has got Springfield muskets. Let's have him be here. And I'm going to micro this, by the way. I think I'm deciding, and this is something I don't necessarily love it because I do like to let the AI try to do things. Gray shot with mixed muskets. We're going to be guarding this road. Jubal Early's Springfield rifled muskets are going to be up on the entrenchments there with Magruder back at the Cox farm. Okay, that's where we start. Ewell. And again, we're going to be artillery heavy with the 10-pound Parrott rifles. Those will be kind of more, I'd say, here. Looking out over this area. Those Parrots will be able to really chew things up out that way. Are we not able to see all of that somehow? Doink. And doink. All right, well, that's pretty good. We have Ewell on the left. Oh, no, Winder's artillery. These are 6-pound field guns. These go, I think, kind of close support here. Boom. They got skirmishers to cover. All right. And then I would say the Garnett farm. Do we push up to... Look at this drop off here. I'd say we take Frost's division with artillery on the flanks, covering the roadway approach here, right by the farm. Artillery there. Okay, where is Donaldson? Okay, he's going to be with his Mississippi rifles right up on it and skirmishers out. Withers is going to be right here. And then now Lomax's brigade is going to go ahead and get itself set up. I'd say kind of back here with the artillery, really. And again, just kind of being a little creative. Longstreet's guns, let's have them be, maybe they factor in big here. Kind of be right there. Should we scoot them up a little bit? Let's have them be right there. Boom. Okay, we make sure Lomax's skirmishers are out there to cover them for as long as possible. All right. And we improvise a little defensive position there. We're kind of covering with defense in depth artillery right here in case there's a combat up that way. All right. The reserve divisions, quote unquote, I believe will kind of all stack up back here by the farm. Like so. I believe that the rest, other than cavalry, can occupy over on the left for the most part. And again, so we got 2 batteries of artillery here and here. I think having another battery or 2 looking out over this way would be good. So let's take McCulloch's division. He's got 6-pound field guns that could go right there. Cooper, who's our best armed brigade here? Nobody? Enfields, yeah. Let's have those boys on the field there. The rest behind the road with Reynolds up on the entrenchments. Or I'll tell you what. Here, let's switch this. Let's have Reynolds and them switch right there. Ooh. That's interesting. Okay, perfect. And Archer, yeah, with his Enfields, that's a good spot for him. We'll have, of course, his skirmishers out. We'll have Reynolds' skirmishers out. And you'll see the line forming here, right? And Cooper and Koch, rather, will have skirmishers out along the entrenched line here. Boop, boop, boop. And I will try to get to everything you guys are typing in the chit-chat. When I'm in the throes of creativity and battle, both, I tend to become ensconced. Ewell's division ends up being stuck out on the left, I would say. We have 2 reserve brigades that could come to his aid, but not quickly. I would say we may actually... okay, let's get McCulloch first of all. Let's take care of this. Let's have Trabou's artillery. I wonder, should we have it pointing here? Let's just put it right here. No, okay. Okay, we'll still be able to see with them. Good. How about we have Trabou's artillery get itself right there? That's a good spot. We've got protection. That works. Try to build a line, gentlemen. Building the line. Okay, Captain George James guns with Ewell's division. See, the next approach is going to be for them to try and flank out wide past Salem Church all the way out to here, which I genuinely would not be surprised to see them do. But I think that Ewell stacks up. I think he stacks up right back here at the crossroad near there. Boom. And we've just got him ready to go. We'll put Cav out here. And we'll have Cav out on the left, really. And we'll just kind of have the army stacked in here, ready to react to whatever is required, right? And we'll have Cav out guarding these areas here. And I think this is probably what I'm going to be going with. What are we talking about here in the chat? What's everybody think? Mm. Mm. Infantry exists to be a target for artillery. You got that right, my friend. We're going to hope to really maul them rebels here with our artillery, or maul them Yankees. Oh, how dare I? How dare I mix that up? All right, let's make sure the sound is up. By the way, you guys in the chat, you make sure you tell me if I turn this up a bit, if it gets too loud. Right? Beautiful sunny day. We're starting at 0624. I think I dig the way that this looks. See, we could advance if they want to come up through here. Not a great idea. I think we've got a pretty good looking line here, gentlemen. If they want to flank around this way, I guess I'm fine with that. Ewell can deploy out against the stream. And we could have help that comes over from here. If they're going to come straight at the center, I want to believe that they're going to have problems on their hands. Ewell can reinforce there, no problem. As a matter of fact, I think I'll tuck him in a little bit closer, like that. All right. And we'll just be able to react. And we'll try to keep an eye out for dust clouds as well. Oh, Wilson, thank you, sir. Thank you. Oh, geez. You warm a groggy nuts heart when you say these things. Beautiful deployments. That's one way to describe what we see here. Okay, here we go. We're pushing play, gentlemen. Let's go. What are we starting with? Okay, we're starting with a minor victory. Pretty sure that has everything to do with our numerical advantage. Okay, Beauregard's coming up. He needs to take over at the Owens house right here, right? Don't know what we'll call this one. Maybe Battle of Cox Farm, Battle of Hazel Run, Battle of Military Road. If that ends up being the case over here, that would be neat. Let's go ahead, bring it to 5 times. And let's get to it. Let us pray, gentlemen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Amen. Oh, there's more to it. That's why I do it in gibberish. I don't want anybody thinking I know what I'm doing when it comes to that. So, love making them fight through this right here. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. And then the other one was, if I can we? There we go. Yeah, we'll send some guys out to help finish these breastworks. Boom. There, they're going to build. Takes a little time, but that was just a right click on the breastworks right there is what we did right there. What we're going to do. Okay, I did restart the game. Okay, we have one brigade over here that has managed to get across the river, it looks like. Interesting. All right, so there's that. Now, the other thing is to do the thing that I've kind of been refusing to do, which is to bring the army out, get the artillery, Grand Battery going, and literally just get it set up, say, here, and just blast them. So I think with Ewell's division, we are going to do that. We'll bring him, say, here, like that. We will have our 10-pound parrots go with him. Bonk. We will have these guns under William Preston go also. And I think that, oh, wait, Elzey's guns will go thrice. Very nice. And then we will have, yeah, it'll just be Ewell. It'll just be Ewell. Oh, shit. Okay. Hopefully they move quick, quick, quick. You got some of Ewell's troops are going to run into this brigade out here. Okay. Maybe. Breckinridge. Ooh, he's going to get by there. No problem. Still got Little or Lyle's troops there. Okay. You got one brigade that was able to make it across under Benjamin Butler, I do believe. Moving slowly, not on the road, but on the side of the road. Damn. And you've got a real circuitous route by some of the brigades from Ewell's division here. You see how their line is formed. One brigade here. Here's their center. Here's their left. Okay, we'll be emptying out the rear reserve of our army. We could bring Frost's division down too, but we will not. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now they're thinking. Now they're thinking. So, interesting. I think we got ourselves a legit fight here, and it's fine that this is happening. Here comes Patterson's army across the river at last. Let's get some skirmishers out. Ewell will have been dispatched to take a forward position like we have done. And Ewell will fight part of the battle out here by himself. Why not? We can role play that. We can role play that. I'm just happy that the enemy AI got itself sorted out. See here. Now we're moving, boys. Now we're moving. Fantastic. Okay, Ewell, now get yourself into a line. Wilcox, get out there, go. Double time, go, go, go. We got to open up, open up, open up. Yep, yep, yep. These skirmishers need to come over here and fight them. We'll have some more skirmishers come out. All right, all right, all right. Bingo. Right here. Let's go. All right, we'll be in a little spot right here with our 12-pound howitzers, 24-pound howitzers, and our 10-pound Parrott rifles bearing down on them boys right there. Okay, and Ewell with, what will it end up being? 4 brigades. We'll have Ewell's division out here in front. Yep, throwing Ewell to the wolves. Let's see how he does here. Let's see how he does here. Maybe we ended up waking up the Yankees. Maybe we woke them up somehow. Ooh, what happened to the unit that was sitting right there? Let's go. Let's go find them. There they are. Bingo. Hit them. Oh, shnikes. Oh, gosh dang it. Yeah. No, 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 no. Okay, that they form line back on the general, so yeah. We'll have to sort this out. Let's have Breckinridge go here. Yep, Wilcox stays here. Pushes out. Boom. All right, Hampton forms here. Jones forms here. And we'll micro it. Okay. Boom. Let's go. Just like that. King's Brigade makes contact as the Yankees manage to make their way across the river finally. Yes, sir, let old Baldy cook. Let old Baldy cook, boys. Hey, man, glad to see the AI finally figured things out, okay? AI finally figured things out. Sometimes, take a little time. The AI finally figures some things out, man. These boys exhausted, trying to wend their way. All right, Butler's in contact now. Skirmishers out. And the battle will be joined with Ewell stuck out. And another division of Yankees that's crossed over here and is coming straight for the objective on our left center. Now, I kind of like the way this is happening right here. I'm not going to lie, gentlemen. I'm actually a little bit okay with the way that this is happening. I can tell a story about this. I mean, you know, the story is Beauregard elected to do exactly what we wanted to do, which is throw a division out to try to crush them while they were dilly-dallying along the river. Well, by God, Patterson stole a bit of a march on us, just a little bit of one. Let's march these boys up into the field. Charge move there, boys. Here comes a Union attack. Butler's brigade. Here we go, gentlemen. Hey, tell your friends, we're back at it. We got a realistic battle going here. This situation has been salved. We have been saved. We have been saved from faulty AI. We'll just have a rather unorthodox battle take shape. I kind of like it. I'm kind of okay with it. Butler makes contact on this side. He's got 2 brigades coming up to reinforce him. We've got a skirmish line to oppose him here. And Reynolds' brigade better be ready. We are able to hit him with these guns. Here too. Fantastic. All right, he's able to get his skirmishers out. I don't imagine these Union troops are going to find it conducive to their cause to be super aggressive. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, Ewell out here. How's he going to do? How's he doing? Ooh, okay. He's doing okay so far. Got a brigade moving in front. And Wilcox hammered him with his Mississippi rifles. Yeah, we'll take that all day. Oh, it looks like they've got some equally dangerous weapons at range. You see them pressing. They're going to advance and get on that fence or beyond. Yeah, you guys come on. Yeah, boys. Open up with those rifles, huh? Let's get Ewell over here. Ewell's men stuck out a bit. He's got solid artillery support, though. Let's have these boys focus fire this way. It's 24-pound howitzers. Let's see how you like that out there. Let's get up against this field. John R. Jones, I want your brigade ready for any kind of a countercharge we need. Right here. All right, here they're pressing. Ewell in a little trouble. Got their remaining division out this way, a little cav that's going to make its way toward our skirmishers, and you've got Butler's brigade. He's reinforced, supported pretty well back there, but I don't think they're going to make any super aggressive moves out there. I think they're better served by trying to whip Ewell, but I don't know if they've got much of enough. Whoa, you boys, they're getting in close. And they're bringing a 2nd Brigade in behind. Let's go double quick. Across the right. Oh, yeah, they're pressing in. They're doing a pretty good job here coordinating, I will say. Let's have Wilcox fall on back. If he'll do it. Oh, I see. He's already fallen back. Fall on back. Got to get them in line first. And now we'll fall back in front of this Yankee brigade. It's going to try and get close enough to charge, I think. But they're not. We're not going to let them do it. Ah, give them some... Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. What an intense firefight. Okay, we got them falling back. Wilcox. Nice tactics, my man. Nice tactics. He's taking heavy losses out here, though. Okay, this brigade's going to have to come down. Advance. Let's have these cannons enter in here. Let's have this brigade under Jones jump over here. Charge move there, boy. Hampton. Okay, flip around. We're going to take a little flanking fire there with Wilcox for just a hot minute. Hampton, come on. Woo! Ewell's troops out here taking it. All right, we got them flipping around. Flipping all around. Here goes Ewell out here is going to help Wilcox. Hang tough. They got a charge here against my skirmishers. Breckinridge with his mixed muskets will come forward. Get himself involved. I like it. Okay, David R. Jones. He's going to give Wilcox... There we go. We broke him. Right here and right here. Fantastic. Ewell. Ewell. My boy. Let's retreat Wilcox. Very good, gentlemen. Jones, you get up there just like you are. Breckinridge, get some skirmishers out in front of you, man. You got crappy guns. Let's have these cannons keep firing over here, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, I didn't know that about Ewell, having a high-pitched voice like that. That's kind of interesting. Okay, James, 24-pound howitzers. No, I want you going here, guy. Their flanking column continues to dawdle, looks like. Let's get some skirmishers out from right here. Let's get them out again from here. Charge moving down the ravine area here. We're going to need Reynolds' brigade to help. I think this will be a last-ditch attack on this end for them. Ah, good. So we'll still manage to edit together a pretty good video of the battle here in the future. I'm happy with that. Definitely happy with that. Hawes troopers. Let's bring them down the road. Right here. Just be ready to repel whatever happens here. Archer with his Enfields. These guys, I think, are laying down. As Ewell continues holding in his isolated position out here on the far right. Just one brigade up against him now. Wilcox back here going to lay down. Let's have Hampton throw some... Nope, too small. Too small of a unit. This brigade is going to... We're going to have their skirmishers just scooch. Okay, now we're going to have Breckinridge from behind. Charge, move forward. And we're going to get the buck and ball going over here against these Yankees, boys. Get the buck and ball going. Whose brigade is that? King's brigade. Canby is over here. They've got some artillery coming out. Maybe you will be in a little trouble. Here we go. Let's go futz with this artillery with Hampton's Legion. That'll work for me anyway. Here's a charge by Breckinridge's brigade. No, do not wait for short range, gentlemen. When you click fire on him like that, that's what they think you're telling him to do. He's going to take heavy casualties heading in. But he will get up in time to open fire with those buck and ball muskets. They got to get there, though. There we go, boys. Hit him. Hit him. And now fall back. Boom, 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 boom. Breckinridge over here. All right, David R. Jones needs to come up. Ewell's division out here, hanging tough. Taking some pretty heavy casualties, though. Here we go. We'll be firing against them. Very well, very well, very well indeed. Wilcox, get some skirmishers back out. That'll be useful. Let's have these cannons open up back there on Canby's troops. King and Breckinridge still going muzzle to muzzle right here. Breckinridge is going to try to keep himself in range. Oh, no. Looks like he's about to break. Ewell's troops out in the open. Son of a gun. We're looking all right, though. Breckinridge, back on up to the ridge. Oh, okay, no. Boom, and then boom. Fall back to the ridge top if you can make it there. You can see them trying to shift troops to my right flank, it looks like. Double quick into it. D.R. Jones. He's been a useful brigade for us. Forward, forward, forward. Okay, we need to go look at the other flank real quick. All right. We're still looking good. They're not pushing real hard here. I bet you we're waylaying them with guns. They got 2 more brigades back that way. Big fight remains out here. Ah, there it is. Okay, Breckinridge is broken, but it is not a lost resilience route. That is the good news. Let's put these skirmishers here. All right, all right. And so now these units need to be firing like crazy here. Okay, we need Wilcox again. Right here. Do it. Ewell. Bring yourself on up here, man. The idea for the Yankees in this battle, I'm pretty sure, you know, them crossing the river and attacking us like they did, I think is that they wanted to punch us in the mouth and move our army into the red so that we couldn't move against Washington. That's my guess anyway. Bonk. Okay, Wilcox gets into position. I like that spot for him. They fell back to the farm, or the plantation house here, it looks like. Would appear they may be trying to move off this way. We're moving into evening time here, day 2. And 4 Yankee brigades trying to figure out what kind of headway they might be able to make over here. Donk. Can we see them? Let's have these guns open fire over here. Bam. Beautiful. Let's have these guns open fire down there. Bam. Over here, I think we're just kind of hold and serve for the most part. It's the fight down there with Ewell where things are tight. Okay, so they're just sitting tight back there, it looks like. And Ewell continues to hold out here. Looky here. Let's go steal some guns, shall we? Let's go steal some damn guns. Boom. Call this a nice raid. Nice raid by Ewell's troops out here. Breckinridge is going to run off. Damn. We need to keep hammering. So I'll tell you what, how much ammo do we have? Quite a bit. Let's set a bombardment right here. Boom. And right here. Boom. Just like that. Let's have these guns hit it. If we can. I think we can. Boom. Alright, I think we've got enough ammo to do that. Cross the line with everybody. That's leftover artillery crews that are running. I'm going to head into nightfall here. Should be in good shape. Should be. I don't see us being... Ooh, shoot. Okay, they've been shooting us and we've not been able to shoot back. Okay, we left this. Shouldn't have left it. Okay, lay down. Okay, we got skirmishers out front. Good. Now I'd say we go ahead and we get these skirmishers involved right here. Okay, let's take Reynolds' brigade and let's bring them out. Boom. Maybe we can start shooting from up the hill. Reynolds attack in the evening in the Cox cornfield, Cox wheat field, whatever this is. Hey, this is all right, gentlemen. This is all right, right here. All right, now gray shot. Once you get Reynolds up here, probably going to counterattack this brigade. Let's go, boys. Let's go. It's a tough Yankee brigade. Who is that? Wincoop. Okay, we'll get flanked if we move any further forward. In fact, we're getting flanked right now. So, yes, we're able to open fire because they're spinning around. Good. Good, good, good. Let's let that happen. Let's lay these guys down. And we'll be technically... Okay, for a second there I thought we would be getting technically shot in the flank by this brigade, but we're not. And then this brigade in line, Trapier. I think it's time he kind of comes through here and slams the door shut. Boom. Let's charge move with it. Double time. Get through there. We still have several hours left of fighting here. Here's Ewell continuing to hold. Guns still have plenty of ammo. All right, we took these 24-pound howitzers. Let's bring them up. And let's take a brigade. Oh, we don't have any more troops to send to go capture guns. Crap. Who do these guys belong to? Wilcox? All right, let's bring them back in. And then what we'll do is we'll have Wilcox send a group out here and we'll haul some more enemy guns off. Tactics. All right, they're falling back. Fine. Let's have skirmishers go back here and here. Main brigade lays down. And we'll have Trapier coming up on the flank. Good. I'm going to trap him down in that ravine would be fine with me. Yankee attack on this side, running into way more resistance than I think they were expecting. Yankee attack in the east. Same thing. You don't resupply units during a battle. No, you end up resupplying them after the sun has gone down. Yeah. Woo, yeah, buddy. All right, so Ewell's got 3 brigades remaining that are combat effective. Breckinridge has routed. I think he started with 4. Wilcox is roughed up pretty good. Hampton and D.R. Jones are fresh, relatively speaking. So Ewell's still doing just fine out here, I would say. All right, here comes Trapier. Arrives with time to send in his skirmishers. Where are they? Ah, is this them over here? Yes. Let's go ahead. Let's bring them down right there. We'll lay Trapier down for now. Gray Shot's skirmishers will be out there. He's already almost at a lost resilience situation right here. That is Magruder's division, right? Rally. Yeah, let's get up here to Gray Shot and let's help him feel better. Oh, here comes Breckinridge's man. Y'all don't even know how bad it is out there. Goddamn, we got caught by the Yankees coming across the river. Goddamn General Beauregard sending us all out there all by ourselves. See the combat still happening out there. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. I believe we will be using ammunition pretty quickly now. Still got plenty of it, though. Bombard the heck out of the plantation house right here. Ooh! Ooh! She's taking some heavy damage. Boom. Got a brigade here. 2 brigades. Yanks aren't doing anything with them. There's a reserve. They're all Negley and Slemmer, both broken, pretty much. All right, forward into a charge move and into the attack with Trapier's troops over here. We'll let Gray Shot take a break. Let's go ahead and have Reynolds go on the attack as well. Right there. From McCulloch's division, right? Let's bring McCulloch on over. Go, go, go. Battle shifts to this side, brunt of the fighting. As we'll continue pushing the Yankee troops back across the ravine, it looks like. Fantastic. We'll take up a position down on it. Let's do it, boys. Double time down in there. Let's go. Got a lot of Yankee casualties in through here. Ooh. Whipping them good. Whipping them good. Whipping them good. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. All right. I'd say we're good. Let's pull back to the wood line. Let's let the skirmishers stay. Nope. Let's pull them back too. Let's go, boys. Pull back. And now we have these fellas who are going to bring their skirmishers back in and open up, baby. There we go. Let's go. Real stand-up slugging match here with Reynolds against Butler's troops. Here we go. Of course, ain't going to hurt for us to have Archer come through here. Bonk. Charge move there, bruh. Okay. Of course, McCulloch is going to have Archer come forward right there. It only makes sense. This section of the line about to get bloodier in Cox Field. We're looking pretty good here with our Springfield muskets. By God. All right, here comes Archer. He's got Enfields. He'll be firing on their flank. They'll have to fall back because of that. Late evening fighting here in the center near the objective. Center left of the line. Go double check on Ewell, see how things are going down here. Hey, all right. We took this gun. Oh, we're about to. Bingo. Nope, not yet. And you got it? Not yet. Okay, we'll come back on that. We'll come back for that. Yeah, this is deadly stuff right here with Reynolds' troops. Looking good. Looking good. No, you cannot break away. No, you cannot. You are not allowed to do what you're trying to do. Yeah, keep the pressure up. They're going to fall back. We're going to follow them. Ah, damn it, they did manage to get out of range. Of course, they were compelled to make that move by Archer with his long-range rifles over here. Doink. Who needed to have opened fire by now. I'm not sure why he got the order to wait until he was in short range. I'm not sure when that happened or how. But indeed, it did. Pushing through Cox Field. Looking good. Let's lay down with Trapier again. Get open up with the guns across the way. Fantastic. All right, pushing all the way out to the edge of Cox Field now. Let's keep it up. Archer opens up over here. Going to continue giving it to old Butler over here. We're just going to keep killing Yankees, boys. Down goes the plantation house, and a plume of smoke wafts up into the air. A column of destruction. Very well, very well. Very well indeed. I'd say we have to go back to firing at will here. All across the board. Bonk. Right there. Boom. Gonna be low on ammo down here a little bit. Push Wilcox forward. Haven't taken these guns yet. Looks like our guys are doing a Native American tribal dance around the guns here to help and bless them with accuracy. Into the evening time. Lay these boys down. Same here. And the artillery can just fire away back there. Ewell standing firm on the right. Now, we'll take a position right along this fence right here. Just like that. We'll take a position. Whoa, I know. Archer's brigade. We're going to have them jump right there. Charge, move, and double quick. And have McCulloch move ahead. We're going to keep the pressure on them Yankees here, damn it. We're going to try to drive them off, by God. Indeed we are. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that was a bad idea. Lay down. Skirmishers out. Over here, get the skirmishers out. Get the skirmishers out there. All right, now we get Archer up here. That's when we'll be in better shape. Phil McCracken, hey man, yes, thank you. Welcome on in. Thank you for being here, sir. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Yes, yes, yes. I wouldn't say anybody has any particular thing that is OP in this game. All right, Archer's going to move over, take up his spot. McCulloch's division continues to push across Cox Field in the center and waylay the Union right flank over here. Here we go, boys. There we go, bam. And we'll open up here. Good. They're a little exposed. Koch takes over for Archer. Cooper comes to Cox Field. Right there. Pushing out the other side. And there's Archer opening up with his superior rifles. Right there. Fantastic. Thinking Reynolds might jump up and push. But it's late. It's late. We're coming up on 8 o'clock, and I don't think that we're going to be able to, you know, mop them up, so to speak, here. I might go ahead and have Ewell start pulling back. I don't know, though. You got enemy out in front of you? I think I might keep him out there. So let's make sure, Helica, the Enfield is a rifled musket. The Springfield had both a rifled musket and a regular old smoothbore musket. Springfield stopped kind of making a lot of those and started making the rifled variety. the Springfield musket definitely is inferior to the Enfield rifled musket. See, because here we can reach out and hit them, but they can't hit us back. And then when you get closer with the quality guns like that, they get deadlier. They're really good on the defense. Good on offense, too. But I was thinking about actually pulling Ewell back off of this crossroad and getting him back to the line. But, yeah. This fight's kind of fun. Again, be able to build a lot of lore around all this stuff. Yep, I figured you were thinking that. I figured that's what you were thinking on that. General Bragg is, he's commanding division out west here in my campaign. And he's actually been doing pretty good. There, make sure Hazel's still where I left her. Bragg's been doing pretty good for us in this war. Can't lie. All right, here comes Koch's brigade, or Cooper rather. Koch moving up on the entrenchments. Cooper's brigade come through here. McCulloch, his division, hanging on to Coxfield and pushing the Yankees back down the road. Let's double time it with these boys. Sorry you're having to fight so late in the evening, gentlemen. We'll be coming up on 9 o'clock. Phew. So I am going to, I'm focusing as far as production goes on trying to crank out things that are the equivalent of the Plains rifles, the Hawkins, and the Mississippi rifles. I'm going to try to produce a lot of those. I'm going to import some rifled muskets from Austria and maybe even Britain if we can get the Enfields with our diplomacy money. And I'm going to try to rely on that, at least during the early war period, for our small arms. Let's pull our guns forward a bit here. You can see they've tried to pull out of the range of ours, but haven't quite been able to. They can keep on firing. You know, this is all decent setup over here. We're able to kind of kill them. They can't quite kill us. It's dark too, so our fire is probably not that accurate, really. Don't see them doing anything out here. Oh, are they now? Nope, still just standing there. They're defending around the plantation right here, looks like. I'm content to just chill. We do not want to run my army into the red unnecessarily, right? Okay, Reynolds low end. Okay. Wow. How are we low on ammo with Archer already? And so the one thing I am going to go for, I did, by the way, look, when we were doing weapons procurement discussions earlier in earlier streams, I looked at those Austrian, the Prussian guns. It's like, dude, that would be some cheat code stuff right there if we actually brought those online. It's just that you've got to wait for so damn long just to have enough money to get those. In 1861, not realistic. We need We need frontline guns now, now, now. And so we've got to spend on those Austrian rifles. But what I believe that I will get myself access to is the Williams gun, which is that rapid fire, as many as 30 or 40 rounds per minute, 1-inch gun. You know. And I think that one could be a really interesting one to use in as early as like 1862. That's under the Confederate guns. So what you get is you get a maximum of 50 of those, and then you get more 12-pounder Napoleons. And 12-pound Napoleons work. They work well. That's why the South preferred using them so much. And I think they use brass instead of iron. And they model that here in game. So you are kind of, depending on how you set up pre-war, and my setup pre-war in this battle, or in this game rather, this campaign, has been like similar to a non-industrialized South, as was the case in history. I've not industrialized the CSA really at all here in my playthrough. Okay, now they're having to do something, it looks like. They know we're low on ammo. Here they come. Oh, Archer's Brigade going to be hard-pressed. Oh, we're not low on ammo. We got plenty of ammo. Okay, here they come. Who is this? Late action under Brooks' Brigade. Okay, Brooks' Brigade's going to make its little attack. And, ooh, they're getting real aggressive right here. I like it. I like it a lot. I like when the AI does stuff that would have been done, kind of. Woohoo! Okay, let's see if Archer can hang tough. They are taking heavy casualties right now. We're going to have Reynolds help out. Let's go ahead and let's have him just come forward onto the fence right there. Or not. So they're going to push with this division right here. They're going to push, push, push. Here we go. Here it is, Reynolds Brigade. Open fire, boys. Yankees come right at us. We're gonna countercharge them. Fix bayonets. Reynolds goes in. Oh my goodness. Can we drive these Yankees off? We will see. Oh yeah, we broke them. We broke them. And Reynolds will follow that up. Open up against this brigade here that attacked initially. The late day attack against Cox Field does not go the way the Yankees had hoped and planned. Yes, gentlemen. Send them off. You boys, you stay on their ass. Let's go. Advance on those boys. McCulloch will be egging his troops on. Reynolds and Archer. Oh, my gosh. Terribly deadly for the Yankees out here. Terribly deadly. Advance, boys. Don't change formation. Just advance. Open fire. Open fire. Advance. Advance. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. 2 brigades up front. Going to push forward. Right here, gentlemen. Right here. Okay, we're going to, for some reason, insist on forming a field column or whatever you want to call it in order to make this move. Don't love it. We'll just stay on the fence. That's fine. Open fire, boys. Looks like we're going to drive them. We're going to drive them. McCulloch's troops are going to drive them. Fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, look, I know it's a lot easier to have the industrial options. I know. I like making things hard on myself. You'll learn that if you watch more often. When I played the Union in my very first campaign ever in this game, I went without industrialization. I built almost no railroads, no markets anywhere, had breadbasket, Go West, and Union Pacific Railroad, and won it by late 1863 even still. Probably going to have to ramp the difficulty up playing as the Union. That I will say about the game. I think you buff the Confederates a little bit, maybe bring it up to hard or very hard. Probably just hard, and then make them aggressiveness elevated. I think you might have yourself a little bit more fun as the Union player against the AI. All right, so that worked out. Fantastic. We'll wrap the day on that. We'll have Reynolds get set there. Archer stays put. Cooper will move forward across Coxfield. Offer a little more support. Real bloody battle around Cox Farm here. And I do believe that will bring the Battle of Fredericksburg, if we want to call it that. I don't know what we want to call this one, but I think that will probably bring this to a close, most likely anyway. We'll be entering nightfall. I think that we'll pull Ewell back. We'll use nightfall to get him back on the line. And then we'll await whatever comes the next day. Here, okay. Off they go. All right. Okay, we lost quite a few men here. More than I would have liked for sure. Not many killed, I bet. I didn't look at the detailed casualty report. But they lose more by a third. So, there you have it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Even with the glitches early on, I think that turned into a pretty cool little interesting battle. I don't know about you boys. I don't know about you boys. I like the way that turned out. That edits together easily into a nice narrative video of a battle that kind of happened in two sectors of the battlefield, right? I dig it. It's going to go as a Confederate minor victory. I'm a little surprised by that, being a minor victory. But there we go. Victory. Department of Pennsylvania in retreat. Yeah, he lost a lot of his cavalry. Colonel Hawes. Whoever it is ordered him forward, huh? Was that you, Helica? Damn you. Or no. Who was that? I don't remember. All right, we took 5 guns, captured 1,700 rifles. Fantastic. Took 411 enemy soldiers captive. Fantastic. Got it. And then before long, off they will go. The Army of Virginia still holding serve, holding tight outside of Fredericksburg right here. No problem. No problem. No problem. The Army of the Shenandoah, I'd say R.E. Lee is interested in this right here. We're going to force march it. He'll stay in defensive posture. And we'll ask the Army of the Northwest to also move up toward Wheeling. Let's send them on the railroad. Boom. Okay, and that battle will wrap up. The Union will head that way. I think these boys are bound for the Chesapeake to do something. And I'm guessing there's a chance they're headed this way, down toward Fort Monroe. So, we're going to have things to think about there, okay, guys? Hate to leave you on that kind of a cliffhanger. I will pause it right now as we consider what it is we are going to get up to in the future. What do we have here? Oh, that's the Army of the Mississippi, okay, and the Army of the Ohio. Very well. They have quite a few troops in Kentucky. This army is fresh, right? So Army of Tennessee still working on trying to eject here. So we'll go ahead and get on the... Ooh, we're in the orange right now. Ooh. I don't know. I think I may sit tight for a hot minute right there and just see what happens a little bit. If I come around here and I get into a fight, so well, this is all stuff I'm going to have to talk about when we get into the next live stream, which will be coming before you know it on Friday night. Boys, oh, what a good time we had here, huh? That battle turned out okay. I'm a fan of that, how that went. I really am. I can't lie on that. I think it ended up being pretty interesting. We got a lot of work to go. We didn't quite get into September like we'd hoped. We're still grinding through summertime here in 1861, and I'm excited to see what comes next. There's activity all across the board, even still. Union armies are on the march all across the map. Guys, it's been so much fun. Thank you for being here and taking the time. Don't forget, click that thumbs up button for me. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. If you've been subscribed, consider becoming a member. Don't forget, check the description below for all the lore surrounding tonight's stream. I like to do that every single time. Again, I'm Bank 60s, your humble and gracious player host, and I will see you guys